Okay, we are back with some more Fate. Last time, we went to church. This time, more church. You didn't answer my repeated calls, and now you bring a strange guest. So he is the seventh one, Reen. Right. He is a Magus, but he's pretty much a beginner, so I just couldn't let him be. I believe it was the rules report here when one becomes a master, right? It's a rule you invented, but I'll follow it this time. Very well, then I must thank this young man. The priest called Kotomine slowly turns to me. Without realizing it, I step back. He is not scary at all. I don't feel any hostility from him. But this priest still has a presence that makes the air around him feel heavy. I am Kotomine Kirei, the one entrusted with this church. What is your name, Seventh Master? Emiyashiro. But I haven't agreed to this master thing yet. I glare back at the priest, trying not to lose against his presence. Emiya. Shiro. Huh? The weight on my back turns into a chill. The priest slowly smiles as if he's met someone pleasant. That smile. It makes me... I thank you, Emiya. You have brought Rin here. If it were not for you, she would not have come. The priest makes his way around the altar. Tosaka moves away from the altar and stands beside me. Then let us start. Emiyashiro. Emiyashiro, you are Saber's master, correct? That's wrong. I certainly made a contract with her, but I don't understand this whole Master and Grail War thing. If a master should be a proper Magus, then you should go and choose a more suitable person. I see. This is serious. Does he really know nothing, Rin? I told you, he's a beginner. Train him from the very first steps, will you? You're really good at that, right? Tosaka urges the priest. Oh, I see. That's how it is, huh? I understand. This is the first time you have ever depended on me. Emiyashiro, I can never thank you enough. Father Kotomine laughs. Their conversation makes me feel uneasy. First. Oh, that was a weird way to say that. First, let us correct your misunderstandings. Listen, Emiyashiro. Master is not a role you can give to someone else, nor is it something you can stop being once you are chosen. Those with those command seals carved on them cannot resign from being a master. You must accept that fact. Why can't I quit? The command spell is a holy mark. Becoming a master is a trial placed upon you. You cannot escape it just because it is inconvenient. You cannot be released from that pain until you obtain the Holy Grail. If you wish to retire from being a master, all you can do is obtain the Holy Grail and wish for it. If you do that, everything will be as you desire, Emiyashiro. Your wishes, even cleaning out all the mud inside of you, is possible. Yes, it is even possible to start everything over again. Therefore, you should desire it. If the time comes, you will appreciate being chosen as a master. If you will wish to erase those burns that cannot be seen, all you have to do is accept that holy mark. What? I feel dizzy. The priest's words don't make any sense. They just confuse me more and more as I listen. But still, his words soak into my brain and clot like blood. Kirei, don't go off topic. I asked you to tell him the rules. I didn't ask you to open up his old wounds. A voice cuts in. Tosaka. That clears up my dizzy head. I see. It is pointless to say anything to these kinds of people, so it's trying to take away his morality while he's still misunderstood. I guess it's true that compassion is not good for others, but I rather enjoyed it too. What? Does it do you good to help him? Of course. Helping people may mean saving yourself in the end. Well, it won't do any good to preach to you now. So let us return to the main topic, Emiyashiro. The battle you have been dragged into is called the Holy Grail War. Have you learned from Rin that this is an all-out war between masters using 7 servants? I did. It's some ridiculous thing where 7 masters kill each other, right? Indeed. But we are not committing these inhuman acts because we want to. Everything is a ritual to determine who is the most suitable to receive the Holy Grail. Because of its greatness, we require trials to determine its owner. What trials? I'll bet this priest doesn't think of this Holy Grail War thing as a trial. Hold on, you keep saying Holy Grail War. But what is it? You can't possibly mean the actual Holy Grail, right? The Holy Grail. The Grail said to have been received have received the blood of Christ. It is considered to be one of the greatest holy relics and said to be capable of many miracles. The most common rumor about it is that the ones who obtain the Holy Grail will tame the world. But that's just an invention. After all, the Holy Grail itself is almost something that exists but doesn't exist. A Holy Grail that makes wishes come true? It certainly appears in many folklores and legends around the world, but that's it. A fictional power that doesn't exist and isn't possible, that is the Holy Grail. So I answer Kotomine Kire. Is the Holy Grail you're talking about really the Holy Grail? Of course, the Holy Grail that appears in this town is real. As a proof, the great miracle of the servants has occurred. Summoning and controlling past heroes. No, a miracle close to resurrecting the dead is almost a sorcery. A Holy Grail with this much power shall grant its owner unlimited power. The object's unreality is worthless in front of that truth. So, he means that even if it is a fake, it doesn't matter if it has the powers that would overwhelm even the true Holy Grail. Alright, let's just assume that it really is the Holy Grail. And why is it required to do something like the Holy Grail War? We shouldn't be killing each other if the Holy Grail exists. If the Holy Grail is so great, we can share all its power. That is a fair argument, but we do not have such freedom. Only one person can obtain the Holy Grail. That is not something we chose, but what the Holy Grail has decided. The Holy Grail decides the 7 masters and summons the 7 servants. I told you that this is a ritual. The Holy Grail chooses the most suitable to obtain it, and selects its appropriate owner by making them fight for it. That is the Holy Grail War, the ritual where those chosen by the Holy Grail kill each other to obtain it. The priest speaks plainly. I have no rebuttal, and I look down at my left hand. There is the mark they call the command spell. It must mean that as long as I have this mark, I cannot quit being a master. I'm not convinced. Even though only one person can be chosen, I don't like the idea that all we can do is kill the other masters. Huh? Hold on, you're misunderstanding if you think that you have to kill... Okay, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but in the anime, they don't have to kill the masters, they just have to kill the servants. But Rin has quite literally been saying this entire time, yo dog, you have to kill the other masters. That's why if you use all your command spells, you're basically dead, because the other masters will come and kill you, because you'll be defenseless without a servant. She has literally been saying this entire time. Like, all of last episode was her just going, Lamau, get ready to kill the other 6 dudes. Are you ready for that, bro? And like... Okay, that's just top quality writing, baby. Top tier. There's no need to kill the masters, huh? But you said yeah. Huh? But you said we have to kill each other. Konomine said so too. You will kill each other. You be quiet, Kirei. Now the Holy Grail in this town is in spirit form. It's not something with form, so it's something we have to call forth by a special ritual. Meaning we have to materialize it. Why is her art, like, bigger than his? Like, he's supposed to be taller, but she looks bigger. Is it because she's closer to us? It just looks really weird. We call for it as Magi, but since it's in spirit form, we cannot reach it. Do you understand what that means? Yeah, only spirits can touch spirits, right? Oh, that's why you need the servants. Exactly. To put it simply, the goal of the Holy Grail War is to eliminate the servants, except for your own. So there's no rule you have to kill the masters. Man, she could have told me that earlier. Honestly, Tosaka and this priest are being mean. Now I'm relieved. So even if we enter this Holy Grail War, Tosaka's not gonna die. I see. I guess that is one way to think. Then let me ask you, Amyashiro. Do you think you can beat your own servant? Beat Saber? That's impossible. In the first place, magic is useless against her, and she is skilled with her sword. Then let me ask you one more thing. It is a boring question, but do you think you are superior to your servant? The question mark? What's he saying? I can't beat Saber. There's no way I'm superior to her. For this question, my answers will always be that I'm weaker than my servant, so... Oh. That's right. Servants are hard to defeat, even with a servant. So what should you do? See, it's such a simple solution. Servants can only exist with the master. No matter how powerful a servant is, the servant will disappear if the master dies, so... That's right. It's a natural solution. No one would choose to take the hard way. If you want to win, the most effective way is to kill the servants. Would be to kill their master instead. Okay, I understand that killing the master is an effective way to eliminate other servants. But then if their servant gets killed, does that make someone not a master anymore? Only servants can touch the Holy Grail, right? Then there's no point to a master that doesn't have a servant. No, the right to be a master still remains as long as you have the command spell. A master is a magus that can form a contract with servants. As long as you have the command spell, you can form a contract with servants. The servants whose masters are killed do not disappear right away. They can stay in this world until their magical energy runs out. If such abandoned servants exist, a master with no servants can form a contract with them. That'll allow them to rejoin the war. That is why masters kill other masters, because if you allow them to live, there's a risk that they will impede you in the future. So what if you use up your command spell? Then you won't be able to form a contract with other servants, and the freed servants will go off with someone else too. Wait, that's... Yes, you're right. If you use up your command spell, you will be liberated from your duty as a master. However, I do not think a magus exists that would waste a command spell that allows them to use such powerful magic. If there exists such a magus, he isn't even an amateur, but just a chicken. The priest laughs as he knows what I'm thinking about. I'm annoyed. That priest is making fun of me. I think he's trying to provoke me. You must understand now, so we'll finish the explanation of the rules. Well then, let's return to the beginning, Yashiro. You said you have no intention of being a master. Do you still feel that way? If you want to abandon your responsibility as a master, that is fine too. I want to put this off to the side just in case it gives us, like, a choice. I don't want to accidentally press something. Hang on, if it does come up with the choice, I kind of want to, like, save it just to be, like, just to see what we can do. Because I'm just curious, like, will the game just end if we, like, say no to being a master? As you have realized, you may use up your command spell to end your contract with Saber. In that case, I will guarantee your safety until the Holy Grail War ends. Hold on, why do you have to guarantee my safety? I can protect myself. I do not have enough free time to care for you either, but this is one of the rules. I have been dispatched to supervise the repeating Holy Grail War. That is why I must minimize the victims of the war. Protection of Magi who lost their claims of being a master is one of my biggest responsibilities as the supervisor. Repeating Holy Grail War? Hold on. Repeating, does that mean that this type of battle has happened many times before? What do you mean? The Holy Grail War didn't just start now? Of course not. Do you think a supervisor would have been dispatched if it were so? The Church bears a duty to recover the Holy Relics, as we are the lowest of the special agencies. Originally it was our goal to research and recover the Holy Cross, but here we have a duty to investigate the Holy Grail. We have to investigate the 726 Holy Grail that has appeared in this far-esteemed land. We must recover it, if it is real, and dispute it if it is not. 726? That many Holy Grails? Yo, I could use those in Fate Grand Order, baby. Let's go. Who knows? It just means that there's been at least that many things that seemed like one. Oh, I can't use that in FGO if it's not real. And one of those is the Holy Grail from the Holy Grail War, observed in this town. According to the records, it is first said that the battle occurred about 200 years ago. Since then, the battles between masters have been repeating in a cycle about 60 years. This is the 5th Holy Grail War since the last one was 10 years ago. This will be the shortest cycle yet. What? Are you guys insane? Sorry, I just got a buzz on my phone and it's like become like clockwork for me to check my watch immediately as soon as it buzzes. Are you guys insane? You guys have repeated this thing 4 times already? I feel the same way. As you said, people have repeated this event many times. Yes. In the past, the Holy Grail Wars were terrible. Masters were driven by their desires, forgot their teachings as Magi, and just killed each other indiscriminately. I think you already know, but it is the highest crime for a Magus to use his magic in public. A Magus cannot allow his identity to be revealed to the public. But masters in the past have violated that. The Magic Association dispatched a supervisor to caution them, but they only made it in time for the 3rd Holy Grail War. The one dispatched then was my father. Do you understand now, boy? I don't know why I said that father part so aggressively. Yeah, I understand we need a supervisor. But from what you said, isn't this Holy Grail War fundamentally bad? Oh, how is it bad? Because the past Magi were people who would break the rules of the Magi, right? Then let's say the Holy Grail thing really exists. What will you do? What will you do if the one who remains is someone who uses the Holy Grail selfishly? It's bad if such a thing is obtained by someone who has no problem killing others. If it is the job of the association to look after Magi, then shouldn't you guys be punishing those kinds of people? I question with a little hope. But as I expected, Kotomine Kiare laughs. Of course not. There are no Magi who will act outside their own interests. We only supervise the rules of the Holy Grail War. We do not care about what happens afterwards. The association is not concerned about the kind of person that obtains the Holy Grail. That's ridiculous. What if the master that obtains the Holy Grail is the worst guy possible? It would be problematic, but we can do nothing. It is the Holy Grail that chooses its owners, and we do not have the power to stop a master who has been chosen by the Holy Grail. It is a Grail that makes wishes come true, after all. The one who obtains it will be able to do as he pleases. But if you do not want that, then all you have to do is win it yourself. That is the most reliable way, isn't it? Kotomine is trying to hold back his laughter. It's like he's enjoying my clumsy inability to accept the facts. What's wrong, boy? I think that was a good idea, so will you not accept it? That's none of your business. Anyway, I don't have any reason to fight. I'm not interested in the Holy Grail, and I don't feel like a master even if you tell me I am. Oh, so you're not concerned about the winner of the Holy Grail? Would do, even if he leads to disaster. That's... I can't answer that question. Crap, his words are violent. They force the truth onto me whether I want it or not. That is fine, if you have no reason to fight. If you're not troubled with what happened 10 years ago... 10 years ago? That's right, at the end of the last Holy Grail War, an unsuitable master touched the Holy Grail. I do not know what that master wished for. All I know is that the result of the disaster that came afterwards. For an instant, the image of hell flashes in my head. Hold on. That can't be. It is. It is. It is an event that everybody in this town knows about Emyashiro. 500 killed or wounded. 134 buildings burned down. That inferno still unexplained as the remains of the Holy Grail War. I feel sick. My vision blurs. I lose concentration. I can't focus my eyes. My body stumbles. But I hold myself firm. I hold on to consciousness by clenching my teeth. I hold back my nausea with an anger boiling up in me. Emiya? What's wrong? You're pale white. I know it's not a comfortable story, but if you want, we can take a rest for a while. I must have looked terrible. I think it's very rare for Tosaka to be worried like that. Don't worry. I feel better after seeing your weird face. Hey, just what is that supposed to mean? Oh, I have no hidden intentions. I meant it literally, so don't worry about it. Well, fine. Hey, that's worse, you big oaf. The school's #1 honor student, Tosaka Rin, smacks me in the head. That does it. With that, the nausea and anger go away. Thanks. You really did help, so don't bully me too much. I have a few things to ask about. She looks like she hasn't hit me enough, but she still lets me continue. Oh, you still have questions? Alright, let everything out you want to say. He should know what I want to ask, yet he asked me to go on. Fine. Emyashiro won't lose to you. Then I'll ask you. You said this is the 5th Holy Grail War. Then has anyone ever obtained the Holy Grail? Of course. A sad event like that annihilation doesn't happen every time. Then... do not be hasty. It is easy just to obtain it. After all, the Holy Grail is managed in this church. If you speak of just touching it, I touch it every day. Huh? The Holy Grail is at this church? Of course. It is only the vessel. It is empty. Rin said it earlier that the Holy Grail is in spirit form. What we maintain is a well-made replica of the Holy Grail. We use this as a catalyst to draw down the real Holy Grail and transform it into a Grail that grants wishes. It's like the relation between servant and master. Yes, there was indeed a man who obtained the real Holy Grail temporarily using that method. Then, was that Holy Grail real? No, what happened to the guy who obtained it? Nothing. The Holy Grail was imperfectly completed. It was the result of a foolish man affected by sentiment. With the previous pressure gone, the priest narrows his eyes as if in regret. What do you mean? Didn't the Holy Grail appear? It is easy just to make the Holy Grail appear. Once the servants are present, the Holy Grail will appear in time. As Rin said, there's no need to kill their masters. But that does not complete the Holy Grail. That thing decides its own appropriate master. For that reason, it could not be attained by a man who avoided battles. Huh. So that just means it's useless to obtain the Holy Grail without settling matches with the other masters. The master who obtained the Holy Grail first in the last war was just a chicken. He just ran away from the Holy Grail saying that he didn't want to fight other masters. So saying Tosaka looks away from Kodamine. No way. Does that mean Kodamine was one of the masters in the last war? And that he retired because he refused to fight in spite of obtaining the Holy Grail? Kodamine, you didn't fight? I did until halfway, but I made a bad decision. As a result, I only obtained an empty Holy Grail. Well, I guess that was my limit anyway, because the other masters were all monstrous. I lost my servant first and was taken under my father's protection. Come to think of it, it is inappropriate for a son of the supervisor to be chosen as a master. Father died at that time. Since then, I have succeeded the role of the supervisor, and I protect the Holy Grail at this church. Saying that, the priest called Kodamine Kire turns around. Before him stands a symbol of worship. That is the end of our conversation. The only ones qualified to obtain the Holy Grails are those who have servants. When there's only one of you left, the Holy Grail should naturally appear in front of you. Tell me your decision as if you want to join this battle. I didn't mean to shake my desk. The Holy Grail War now. The priest requests my final decision. I'm at a loss for words. I had no reason to fight until just now. Now I have reason to fight and a will to fight. But can I really accept that? Are you still undecided? Look, a master is not something you can just be because you want to. Rin has been training long as a magus, but was not determined that she would be a master. All that could be just, I mean, it kind of was. Isn't she like the only Tosaka left? All that could be decided beforehand was whether to be prepared for it or not. Only Magi are chosen to be as masters. If you are a magus, you should have been ready already. I guess it cannot be helped if you say you are not. You and your teacher were a failure in that case. It is merely annoying for such a magus to be fighting, so get rid of your command spells now. He doesn't need to ask. Why is revoke the command spell the first option? Okay, we gonna be saving this. Save. Okay. Revoke the command spell. I can't approve of this. How long has this episode been going for? 24 minutes. Okay. We'll do this, and then we'll come back to this in the next episode, depending on... I don't even know. Are we actually gonna get, like, more story from this? I don't know. I can't approve of this. Such dirty killings are wrong. What's wrong? Will you fight or not? State now, Emyashiro. He doesn't even need to ask me. I won't fight. I'll abandon my right as a master. I look directly at the priest and answer. I see. I'm disappointed, but it is the master's will. Emyashiro has abandoned his rights as a master and withdrawn from the Holy Grail War. Is that acceptable, Rin? The priest addresses Tosaka, not me. Tosaka answers. I don't care. If that's Emiya's choice, I can't say anything about it. I'll take that sense of guilt as a yield. Then let us begin right away, Emyashiro. Put out your left arm. Fine, what are you gonna do? It should be quick. I am merely erasing the command spell on your arm. There are two factors causing masters to be masters. One is the contract with their servant, and the other is the command spell on your arm. I should not have picked this voice for Kirei. It is killing me. You'll be freed from the Holy Grail War if you lose both of these. The priest takes my left arm and... This will hurt. Try to relax. With a plunge, grips... Oh. Guys, I think we picked the wrong choice. With a plunge, rips off my arm with his bare hands. My body jerks in pain with the sound of someone's fingers enter my arm. Ugh. It is not an illusion. If there were an illusion, it was that of my arm being ripped off. In reality, there isn't a scratch on my arm. What? A stranger's fingers move through my flesh. Wait, it is not an illusion. If there were an illusion, it is that my arm is being... In reality, there isn't a scratch on... What? Yes, it's just that the priest's fingers, which are transparent like a ghost, are sinking into my arm. Okay, so it just feels like it's being ripped off. It's not actually being ripped off. Done. The operation was successful. Uh-huh. I look at my left arm. There are no wounds on my arm, and only pain remains. In exchange for that unpleasantness, the command spell in my hand has changed shape. The shape's changed. No, is that there's fewer strokes on it now? Yes, there are 3 strokes for the command spell. Kirei took 2 of those out from you, like a spiritual doctor who removed the infected part without hurting the body. Spiritual doctor? I think that's a special Magi who heals the body by treating the spirit. I hear their magic is a curse that can remove the infected part without using a single surgical knife on the body. I'm surprised. Spiritual treatment is an unusual act to use in uncivilized areas. It's not something a man of the church should know. Don't say that. I was unfit to be a priest the moment I took up magic. So it should not matter if that kind of magic I know is unfit for a priest. Do not worry about the type. It was the only thing I was good at. I learned many magics, but this was the only one that fits me. My magical aptitude is specialized in opening wounds, for good or for bad. Thanks to that, I am inferior even to my student over there. For good or for bad? Of course it's good. There aren't many spiritual doctors as good as you in the association, and there are only a few in the church that can handle spirits as well as you do. Who knows? No matter. No matter how great this healing method is, the spirit is only a contact treatment relying on the body. It is nothing close to a miracle that allows connections with the soul, the proof of existence independent of the body. But, anyways, the treatment is complete. The rest is up to you, Yashiro. Use your last command spell to cut the contract between you and your servant. Cut the contract with my servant? Yes. Request the abolition of contract before Saber, who's waiting outside. I'm sure she won't accept it, so Kirei left you a command spell to force her to agree. That is correct. By using up your command spell and abolishing the contract with your servant, you present to the other masters that you are harmless. Then you are openly freed. The sane master would not think of attacking a powerless master. By relinquishing a power you have gained by chance, you will regain your peaceful life. I'll break the contract with Saber by choice? That's betraying her. Even if it was by chance, I called for her and she protected me. Have I made the wrong choice? I cannot approve of masters killing each other. I can't approve of it, but I can't overlook it either then. What are you doing? No incantations are necessary to activate the command spell. All you have to do is put it to your mind and order your servant. You can tell her directly, or you can just cut the contact here. Choose whichever you like. No. I've made my decision. I can't take anything back now. The priest probably wouldn't allow it. I'll go and settle this directly with Saber. Then I won't be a master, right? Directly with Saber? Emiya-kun, that's... Yes, I guarantee that. Go and inform your servant of the parting. Is Saber gonna kill us? After that, I shall welcome you into the church as subject to protection. Or torture us relentlessly because we're Shiro Emiya. The priest welcomes me, but I don't know how serious he is. Anyways, I have no intentions of putting myself in his care. I will only abandon my right as a master. I will not ask for his help after that. I refuse that. I won't need your help. I'll settle things with Saber, and after I use my command spell, I'm going home. That'll be it. I'll never see you again. I see. Well, certainly we shall never meet again. Farewell, Emiyashiro. It is the path you have chosen yourself. Take pride in it. He doesn't need to tell me that. I turn my back on him and leave the church. Oh, dude. What? Wait, hang on. So, I know that there are bad endings, so... Hang on, I need a drink of water. Since we're not going to stay here for protection, one of two things is going to happen. We're going to break ties with Saber, and she's going to kill us, and it looked like Green was trying to warn us, you know, hey, don't go break off ties directly, you know, do it from in here where it's safe. Either that, or because Archer's out of commission, and we'll break a contract with Saber, Shiro and Rin are going to be walking home, and then Ilya and Berserker are going to attack us and kill us. Those are my two predictions for how this is going to go. I exit the church. She is there in the stone-paved plaza under the tall sky. Have you finished your conversation, Master? Yeah, I learned what the Holy Grail War thing is. And taking that into consideration, I decided. Saber, I withdraw from being a master. Saber's brow does not even twitch. Her green eyes seem to accept my decision as if it were natural. Does that mean you will be abandoning the contract with me? That's right. I'm not fit to be a master, and you too, Saber. It would be better for you to form a contract with a proper master, not one like me. Yes, if I am after a better winning chance in battle, I should form a contract with another Magus. Archer's master should be able to draw out my full potential. I see. Then I can abandon my contract now, right? I'll use the command spell to cancel the contract so you'll be free. Shiro, I will ask you only once. Will you not change your mind about your intention not to be a master? I will not change my mind. I have no intention to kill others. I say so looking directly at Saber, and at that time, the raincoat Saber is wearing sways. Oh? I blankly stare at the death in front of me. The time it takes me to blink, Saber runs towards me, sweeps my legs out from under me and knocks me over. Pain runs through my legs after a moment. There's no blood, I still have my feet. I'm relieved that I still have my legs. Thank gosh, she only swept me with a metal rod. My legs hurt like they're about to tear off, but that's much better than having them cut off. Shiro, a Magus who is no longer master will be killed by his servant. No matter how inexperienced you are as a Magus, you have the power to keep me in this world as you have called for me. Servant needs a master. If you break your contract, I will kill you and take that body. Wait. What? I will kill you and take your body? She's going to use his body for Does that even work? I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. But if... No, well, no, that shouldn't work, because the whole thing is like, you kill a servant, you kill a master to take away a servant's magical energy supply. So if a servant could just continue to use their master's body, then killing a master would honestly be almost better for a servant, because they wouldn't have to like follow their master's like orders, and they could just do whatever they wanted without being impeded. Granted, they lose access to like the command spells, which, you know, are used to like buff a servant, at least as far as I'm pretty sure it can. Based on everything I've consumed of Fate, it should be able to. So this, I feel like this almost breaks the whole point of killing masters, then. Do you still say that you will abandon your rights as a master? I look at Saber, concentrating my fading consciousness. There's no enmity or murderous intent in Saber's expression. As natural as it is to breathe. Saber would kill me without emotion to stay in this world. But still. That's right. Even if I were to change my mind, I can't do it. Not because I only have one command spell left. I refuse to fight. I refuse to become a master. Having such a person as your master would only result in defeat. No matter how it came about, my mind gave up. If I have refused to battle once, the second time must be the same. I would lament every time I faced danger that I should not have entered battle. It would be bad for both you and me to make such a person your master. Then you do not mind being killed by me here? I cannot be a spirit. If I cannot absorb your soul, your body will face a painful death. You are going to accept that? If I cannot absorb your soul, your body will face a painful death. Of course not. I don't like fighting, but I like being killed even less. I know it won't help, but I'll resist until the last second and flee. I gather my courage and glare back at Saber, not allowing myself to be overwhelmed by her. And then, Saber. I understand. Use your command spell, Shiro. It is your decision. I have no right to intervene. Huh? Do not worry. It is just the case that I could not establish trust with my master this time. If you abolish the contract with your command spell, I will be free. I should be able to maintain this body for about 2 hours, but I will just find a new master in that time. Saber said so plainly, spurred by those words. I prayed to the command spell on my left hand to abolish the contract. You are now free. It was only a short union, but your magical energy was pleasant. I shall not see you again, but I shall pray that you safely survive this battle. The silver armor recedes. Without realizing it, I almost tried to call after her, but I stopped myself before I could do such a stupid thing. I'm not permitted to call out her name. She did not blame me for selfishly abandoning the contract, and she cared for my safety to the end. Since I have rejected her and backed out of the Holy Grail War, I cannot call to her and stop her. So, Ilya and Berserker are just going to kill Shiro and Ren now. That's cool. Wonder how long these bad ends are going to be, because I know that we're about to get one, but this one's already been going for a while. It is a silent night. Even though it's past midnight, the town is too silent. To be honest, it's eerie. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think that word is very suitable for this atmosphere. Man, I wonder when it started to be like this. It's obvious. The Holy Grail War. The secret battle between the 6 Magi is settling the life out of this town. Stealing the life out of the town. My chest starts to hurt. The chest that was stabbed by Lancer only a few hours ago is aching. Let's go home. What good will it do to go back to the church now? Enduring the pain in my chest, I head home. I think about what I should do once I'm home. I should be able to calm down if I go home, take a bath, and relax a bit. But I'll think about what I should do when I get home. That thought itself was a mistake. Huh? Like a bad dream. It tells me that there's no road ahead of me. I see. You're alone now, brother. I'm not gonna do Oni-chan. You guys don't get that. I raise my head at the girl's voice. Under the blue moon? Oh. On top of the hill that should lead me back home. Are a girl and a strange figure. And they burst. I didn't even have a chance to see it. Scream nor turn and run. The black giant standing there swings his weapon upwards, and just the sheer force of the weapon moving causes my arm to... Oh, now he really has his arm ripped off. Oh. Oh, I don't like that sound. It flew off. It flew off. One of my arms flew off. It flew off from the shoulder and blood is spilling out like crazy. And the road behind me is red, like red paint smeared on it. And bones are sticking out of my shoulder. Berserker, I don't feel like playing chess, so just squash him. I mean chase, not chess. I roll. Both of my legs are bent as if sitting Japanese style, but they are bending the wrong way with my feet bending forward and my knees down. My thoughts cannot catch up to the events. My thoughts cannot catch up to the events due to the pain. Berserker? I definitely heard that. Then the monster in front of me. You're well-mannered, Oni-chan. Oh, fuck! You're well-mannered, brother. I know that I know that it's that thing called assisted suicide, right? I know that. It's that thing called assisted suicide, right? My grandfather said that Japanese people are a neck-cutting tribe who die by having their necks cut off while sitting Japanese style. I begin to pass out. The girl's innocent voice doesn't match the situation. I look up. I can't breathe. One of my lungs has been blown about 50 meters behind me. Ugh! I fall onto the ground on my back. Both of my legs have become like a caterpillar's, and they're broken so they can't move. So I use my remaining left arm to drag myself away. Oh, you can still move? But I'm so sorry. You can't run away now. Besides, it's useless even if you do get away. Because even if you do, that body of yours will die in a matter of seconds. My body feels light. I've lost over half my blood already. It's amazing I'm still conscious. My brain is starved of oxygen and should have stopped already. But you can be relieved. It's no fun if you die that easily, right? So I gave you a small hand. Brother will stay conscious no matter how much it hurts, or how much you get destroyed until I crush your head. So, even if I do this, you'll be able to writhe like a living thing. That's so many H's. That is so many H's. I'm crushed by that shockwave of his weapon like a printing press. My lower half is crushed from the waist down. Things that used to be my legs and meat and bones are beautifully turned into two-dimensional objects. I can't die. There's only blood left in my head and my body does not function. And my nerves are wanting to die and escape the pain, but my consciousness will not go away. My throat sounds like a flute. It echoes inside my skull. My thoughts are still confused, but wanting to escape this pain. You're wrong. I'm not a master anymore. I tell the girl as if asking for help. An instant of hope. The girl gasps as if being surprised. Yes, so what? She says with an angelic smile. My senses freeze. I will not be saved no matter what. I fully understand that I will be killed here. Maybe you're small enough for me to pick you up now. Then I'll invite you to my castle. There are lots of tools once we get there, so let's continue this there. My senses will not die no matter how much I am hurt. They will not die, so rationality freezes. I don't know how much longer the head will last. But at this moment, Yashiro gives up all hope. Fuh, dude! What the fuh? Tiger Dojo is a strange hint corner. If you would like to beat the game by yourself, or if you would like to keep the characters' images, please be warned. Bro, okay, after, like, Carnival Phantasm, you can't keep the characters' images. I do like that it says that, though, like, hey, if you don't want, like, the characters' images to be, like, lost, then don't do this. But I've heard about this. I don't know what it is, though. This is Tiger Dojo. Take the advice. It's just gonna be like, hey, don't be a little pansy and fight, loser. Something like that. What? This is not... It completely changed format. What is this? Hello, is everyone doing fine? An hour of gaming a day. For all of you who died so easily, this is the assistance corner that solves all your problems in a flash. The Tiger Dojo. So, first of all, I would like to ask you what the meaning of this corner is. It totally destroys the mood of the actual story. Answer, senior student. This dojo is the backstage that always saves the dull and stupid. The dull and stupid Shiro. It can be said that this is the central foundation that supports fate itself. It would not be an exaggeration to call this the main storyline of Fate. Marvelous! Bravo! Oh, marvelous. Oh, bravo. Yes, well done. I think everyone's starting to realize now, but this dojo is an important part of Fate. Everyone, please don't be tricked by those fake heroines that have large parts in the story. If you see a dangerous choice, please choose it. Well, as for this Shiro... Oh man, squashed lower body and only head left. Someone who wouldn't do such a thing must be brutal and cruel. What do you think about that, student? No problem. This is a cute and pop genocide of love. Unsatisfactory. Oh, I made a mistake. This is a result of a weak brother making this particular heroine angry. This is exactly right. In other words, broken samurai code, seppuku, if you turn your back. From now on, please choose cowardly choices like this, as you'll die a lot. Wait, choose cowardly choices? I thought that abandoning the war would be the cowardly choice. But since it's supposed to be a Q&A corner, I shall help you with your problem. Senior student, what is the countermeasure this time? Osu, go back to the choice and choose the other one. Alright, well done. Unexpected deaths like these are set up all over the place, so it's standard to save at choices. Well then, that's it for this time. I shall wait for you at the next practice. See you! Oh, and then we can just load back in. Okay. That was twice as long as most episodes I do, now for Fate. So let's just not do it. Let's just not continue right now. So yeah, with that being said, next episode we're gonna go back, do that choice again, and probably fight Berserker and Ilya. I don't know how fights are gonna work in this. The way I've always imagined Fate, up until I started playing the visual novel, was that, like, once it gets to, like, the fights, it turns into, like, turn-based combat. I realize now that this is a visual novel, and that's not how this... Well, I always kind of do it as a visual novel anyways, but I heard that, like, fights were done really well in this. So that's just kind of what I assumed. But that's not the case, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, I am excited to see how that works. And that was really brutal. Gilgamesh did nothing wrong. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.